Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for Access City Council. I'm your host, City of Las Vegas Communications Director, David Riggleman. Coming up on this show, we sit down with the interim president of UNLV, plus exciting new developments coming to the city. Joining us to discuss this and a whole lot more is our Ward 1 Councilman and Mayor Pro Tem, you know who it is, Brian Knudsen. Welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Well, this year is fast going. We are well into the holidays now, and 2025 is almost gone.
It flew by. It flew by.
It does. They always do. So, an exciting show today that we want to tell everybody about. Let's jump right on in. First, though, I should probably tell everybody if they don't know where Ward 1 is located. That's probably a good idea since this is your area of the city. We're going to go ahead and show you on the map. It's really the area that's really where the city started, because the Springs Preserve, which brought the water to the valley, that area, that Las Vegas Springs, is in Ward 1. And of course, if you live in this area or work in this area, then you are in the city limits of the city of Las Vegas. And if you're a resident, of course, you're represented on the city council by Brian Knudsen. All right. Well, Mayor Pro Tem, let's just jump in here. First up on the show, a distinguished researcher and academic leader who now serves as the interim president at UNLV. We're pleased to welcome to the show Dr. Chris Heavey. Thank you so much for being here.
It's
a pleasure to have you here.
Yeah, happy to be with you. Thanks for giving me a chance to talk with you all.
Great to have you. Mayor Pro Tem, I know UNLV is a great partner, especially over in the medical district, an area that is in Ward 1. An area that has great interest for you, but with the medical school, the dental school, we have a lot going on that we partner with the university.
The nursing school, don't forget them. Yeah, one of the things that's most important to me is improving quality and access to healthcare. I do represent the medical district, but it goes beyond my representation of the land there. It's really about advancing healthcare in our community. And over the last couple of years, I realized you really can't do that without higher education partners. And so really happy to be partnered with UNLV. And President Heavey in talking through how we build up medical infrastructure. And he's responsible for everything at UNLV. Medical is just a piece of it. He also has the sports teams and undergraduate degrees and research facilities. But what I'm interested in is building up the healthcare and the quality and access of healthcare, and he's critical to doing all of that.
Yeah. Dr. Heavey, UNLV really has made a huge impact on the medical district. I think we're all sensitive to the fact, those of us who have been here a long time, that Las Vegas didn't have the best reputation when it came to health care, but UNLV has really helped change that whole landscape because of the commitment that the university has made along with the city.
Yeah, we're excited to be partners in this space and work closely with the city on making sure that we're improving the range of services available to members of this community. You know, one of the things we talk about a lot is the fact that Las Vegas has had explosive growth for so many decades, and so it's been a game of catch up. But we're working hard, and I really want to salute Councilman Knudsen for his leadership in this space, both in the healthcare space and especially even the mental health space. I'm actually a psychologist by training.
We'll talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, and so we've been known each other for quite a few years and trying to create new programs and build capacity in areas where there's tremendous need.
Yeah, let's touch on that a little bit. Tell us a little bit about your background. I understand you've been at the university for 30 years plus.
Yeah, I actually came in 1992 as a young professor. I was 1 year out of my PhD in clinical psychology, and the university was going to start a new clinical psychology doctoral program, and so they were looking to hire a few new faculty, and so I came on board for that. And the university, you know, at that time, the city of Las Vegas was the largest city in the country that didn't have its own clinical psychology program. And that's been the case so many times. Like, we were the largest city in the country that didn't have its own allopathic medical school until the UNLV Kirk-Kerkorian School of Medicine got started about 10 years ago. And so we, you know, that game of catch up, and we're excited to be part of that and serving the community in that way.
And I know, Mayor Pro Tem, mental health, concentrating how we can help the mental health of our community overall. That's kind of something that's been kept in the closet in many ways here in Las Vegas. But I think thanks to President Heavey and the university, we're seeing that people are more open to talk about mental health issues, and that's one thing that's been very important to you.
Yeah, and President Heavey and UNLV created a space that has been incredibly important to me, and that's children's behavioral health.
Yeah.
So as we speak right now, UNLV is creating curriculum, and in the next couple of years, we'll be bringing in students to study children's behavioral health and help us integrate that profession into our community. So parents who are struggling with with behaviors they don't understand will have access to somebody who can say, here's what a behavior looks like, and here's some resources.
Yeah.
But it was Dr. Hevey that opened the door for that to happen at UNLV.
Yeah, kudos to you, Dr. Hevey. That's outstanding.
Well, definitely a partnership, and I remember some of the early meetings we had with Councilman Knudsen where we were talking about the vision for what new programs and how we needed to build capacity. And he asked me the question, like, what are you doing to solve the shortage of practitioners? And I said, you know, we really need some partnership. And Councilman Knudsen opened some doors, and even the state has come in, Health and Human Services, to help us stand up some of these new programs. So in the coming 3 to 5 years, we're going to have a lot of new activity in that space that will help meet the mental health needs of our community.
That's really terrific. That's really good to know. Dr. Hevey, you're the interim president. What are some things that you'd like to accomplish in the time that you're in this position?
Yeah, well, thanks for that question. So I am the interim president. I already have a contract that goes into 2028, and it's my hope to stay in the role for a long time. I'm honored to serve the university where I've spent basically my whole career, and to partner with our community members. And so certainly one of the things that's top of my mind is what we've been talking about, building capacity in the healthcare space and bringing the university out into the community. And so we've established a mental health clinic also in the medical district that's near and dear to both of our hearts, both mine and my Councilman Knudsen. Seeing the School of Medicine grow in terms of the number of students and the number of specialty programs that it has at the graduate medical education space, to add some of the residencies and key areas of needs. There's a lot of kind of specialty areas where we don't in Las Vegas have the healthcare providers we need, and then to see us grow in all the other areas. Councilman said the nursing program, we know there's a statewide nursing shortage, and we're seeing our program grow tremendously, bring more of that into the city. And so healthcare and bringing the university out into the city to make sure that we're meeting the urgent needs of the community.
Yeah. And I think later in the show, I just want to highlight, because of the leadership here, is that the dental school, they just opened up their first specialty clinic, the first in the state, again, first in the state, to serve children with cleft palate, cleft palate issues. So we're a little bit behind as a state, but that's our research partners and our UNLV higher education partners are the ones that are going to help us propel us forward.
Yeah, and Mayor Pro Tem, that's such a good point, because in the past, when children were born with a cleft palate, you had to leave Las Vegas to have it taken care of. So,
yeah.
Dr. Hevey, it's a pleasure having you on. We've only got about another minute with you. Is there anything that you'd like to add to talk about the university, or a point that you'd like to make while we have you here?
Well, I'd just say the university is a vital part of this community, and what I often say is that no city needs its university more than Las Vegas needs a great research university, and UNLV needs its community as well. And so partnership is absolutely central to my vision, and so excited to be in constant conversation with the city of Las Vegas about how we can be stronger partners.
And I would place money on the fact that he's going to be on your show in the next year or so with a couple of groundbreakings.
Okay, we like that. We like to hear about that. So,
yeah.
Dr. Hevey, great to have you on the program. Thank you so much. Best of luck to you and everything that you're doing out at UNLV. We're going to have to say goodbye to you here, but Mayor Pro Tem, please stick around, because we've got another segment coming up where we're going to talk about some growth, additional growth in the medical district. So we need to take that short break right now, but when we come back, new grants and developments are coming to the city. We're going to tell you all about them right after this. Welcome back, everyone. We're excited to tell you about some new developments and improvements coming to the city of Las Vegas. Our Economic and Urban Development Director, Dina Babsky, joins us once again on the program. Dina, great to have you here. Welcome back to the show. And MPT, Mayor Pro Tem, I know you are excited because a lot of the projects that Dina's department is working on benefit Ward 1.
That's exactly it. And everything we talked about with the president at UNLV can't really happen without Dina.
Exactly.
So we're tight at the hip.
Great partnership. Dina, let's jump in here. Some of the things coming up. Why don't we begin with that BioHealth Challenge? We've talked about that on this show. Can you give everybody an update on what the program is and where it stands right now?
Sure, absolutely. That's one of our most exciting projects right now related to healthcare. BioHealth Innovation Challenge is a prize competition that is currently out on the street. We released it for potential submitters back in August. It will be out until February, at which time the submittals will be due. But the most exciting part about the challenge is that there's a $10 million award. Yeah. That is the prize that could potentially be used for the construction of a biotech health lab. It could be used for, acquiring the actual building or building ground up, whichever the need may be. Then, the $10 million could go towards that. But the idea is that an entity, whether it's a corporation or it's a higher ed institution, they essentially would bring into Las Vegas a biohealth tech lab where research could be done. Then we could also do some incubation of new tech startups related to healthcare. And so, as the city, we're super excited to be able to bring forward, a significant amount of funding towards such a project, but it's just going to benefit the medical district overall.
Yeah, that's quite a carrot. $10 million to get a lot of people's attention then. So, that's very exciting. And then, Dina, you have a number of programs the city is offering for businesses in general, security grants and things like that. Talk a little bit about those, because I know with the government shutdown we've had recently, and with just economic conditions being a little uncertain from time to time, this is an opportunity for businesses to enhance what they're doing and to protect their businesses too.
Absolutely, and it's a great question, because we always try to get the word out about all of the incentives and all of the financial assistance that we have available through the redevelopment agency. And luckily, most of the medical district is in the boundary of the redevelopment agency, so all of those businesses are essentially eligible for the full portfolio of what we have to offer, whether it's facade improvements, whether it's some tenant improvement contributions, but particularly the new one is the business security assistance grant. So that one is, which I'm very excited for, because that one is more on the preventative side. We're offering up to $5,000 to businesses within the redevelopment area and obviously the medical district to get some security upgrades, kind of, whether it's security cameras, it could be lighting, it could be fencing, it could be the film on the windows, the security film. So anyone who is in the RDA could come and apply with us, and essentially it's a reimbursement-based program. I know that it's already been very successful in the downtown core, so we kind of extended the scope a little bit further to make it more so on the preventative side, rather than having it on the, once say a break-in occurs, then they could apply. In our case, we now extended it to where, if you are building out new tenant improvements, you can right then and there come forward, apply for the grant, and start kind of infusing those security measures into your project before anything bad happens.
Yeah, that's terrific. That's and $5,000 is going to get you a lot of security around a building. That's going to be good stuff. Mayor Pro Tem, you talked about a lot of ribbon cuttings that are coming down the road. Maybe we jump in and talk a little bit about that with Dina here as well. What do you think?
They're all because of the team that Dina supervises and manages within economic and urban development. So we have a potential hotel coming in on Charleston and Payhor. We're going to do a groundbreaking on a apartment complex in January on Alta and Tonopah. We have a second apartment complex that's going to be right next door that should be coming online anytime soon. And then we have the land on Wellness and Shadow that Dina's been working on for quite a while now. And that's like 100,000 square feet of more medical services within the medical district. So all those things are going to be happening in the next year or two. It's very exciting.
It's really exciting. And then, Dina, talk a little bit about the fact, too, that one of the things we're trying to do here at the city is diversify the economy. And how is your department, how are you guys working to help do that here, especially with these businesses that you're attracting to come here?
Absolutely. And so, just the assistance for small businesses is, while it's one component, I think a bigger conversation about diversifying our economy is related specifically to healthcare as an economic driver.
Absolutely.
So the largest sector in jobs for us right now is healthcare. That's the fastest growing sector in terms of job creation. And it is projected that healthcare economy is going to grow faster than the overall economy for Las Vegas in the next 10 years. So us focusing very intensely on new medical office buildings, on the biohealth innovation challenge where we would bring new companies, that's kind of, how I see healthcare being a very important part in diversifying our economy. But on a more micro level, to your point, us working with the developers when we, for example, have the residential buildings, like Mayor Pro Tem mentioned, the one that's breaking ground in January, both of those projects are bringing almost 400 units into the medical district of residential. But outside of that, most of them have the retail component in the bottom, which means new restaurants, new professional services, offerings, whether it's, a mom and pop shop or, a hair salon or what
sure.
have you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so kind of including that component is super, super important, not only for the residents that will be living in those buildings, but also giving an opportunity for small businesses to create their presence in the medical district.
Yeah, it's a good symbiotic relationship, I know, which really excites you.
The one thing that's important is outside of improving access and quality of healthcare is everyone within healthcare generally makes a decent wage. So these are well-paid people that now will have the opportunity to live near where they work. And use the incentives of being near the arts district, which is their great restaurants, great entertainment, great bars, and they'll be within walking distance. It's less than a mile away. And so by building up the medical district, we're also helping the arts district survive.
Yeah, exactly right.
In cases of economic downturn, which occasionally happens, and it's the small businesses that are hurt the hardest by that.
Yeah, for sure. Also, too, I think it's interesting to note that we've had a housing shortage in Las Vegas in general. So anytime you're offering an opportunity to bring in new units of any type, it's a huge plus for the community. So, Dina, while we have you on the show, your folks work very hard to go out there and appeal to businesses to come and relocate in the city or to locate in the city. What are some of the key businesses that your team is focusing on now, or what's the message that you have really for the community outside of Las Vegas about investing here?
Well, I think for me personally, it's very important to get the word out there and communicate to the folks that, downtown, the old Las Vegas, say 10, 15 years ago, was known for kind of its history, right? Mm-hmm. Now, what I think we're known for is the momentum. Yeah. There's so much happening in downtown. Yes, we still have a history. This is where things started. But there's so many conversations that we're having in the healthcare industry, in the tech industry, trying to, show everyone what we have to offer. And I kid you not, when we actually tour our prospective clients in downtown, the Arts District, the Medical District, Symphony Park, I mean, everybody is pleasantly surprised, but more so they see all the cranes in the area and how much investment is happening. And so that definitely gets folks to start thinking of downtown differently. And that's kind of, our goal is to make sure that we, first of all, get the word out there, because I think not many of those folks come downtown on their own because of, when people come here, they go to the Strip, right? Yeah. And so it's that intentional effort, bringing them down and showing them everything that we have to offer. Yeah, that's kind of what we do.
Well, you've done an amazing job, because, Mayor Pro Tem and I remember the day where certain areas of the downtown people would never have considered going, let alone investing in a business. That's completely flipped. And to your point, how that ripples, success in one area of the city benefits others. We've seen that in the medical district, and then how that also affects the arts district, for example, the example that you gave. So,
and we're still a relatively young city. We're 125 years old. Right around there, around that age.
But we're 1905.
We're the 19th largest city in the country, so we're starting to feel and look like a grown-up city now. Yeah. And it's exciting to be part of a team at the city that's building the city of the future.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we're not going to be 19th for long. We're going to start moving up that list, because we are the place to be.
And we have, and we are. Dina, we have just a few seconds left with you. Is there anything else you'd like to add for the audience while we have you on the program?
Well, no, I'm also very excited for everything that's happening, and I think related to the healthcare and the medical, I think there's going to be some big announcements coming when it's related to certain new businesses, offering very needed and specialized services in oncology here in downtown. But I'll leave that for the next segment or next show, because then we'll be able to do the full reveal, and it'll be exciting.
I know what it is.
That's a commitment. We're going to have her back. I know you know everything. You know all that stuff. So, well, Dina, thank you so much for being on the program. Best of luck to you. You and your team are doing a great job, and we'll have to have her back with another update, because she's given us a little tease there of the stuff that's coming. So, Dina Babsky, thank you so much. Mayor Pro Tem, I'm going to have you stick around. We have to take another quick break, but coming up, we're going to check out all that's been happening in Ward 1. It's been a lot. It's right after this. Welcome back, everyone. We are talking to Mayor Pro Tem and Councilman Brian Knudsen. You have been a busy man in Ward 1. A lot of events coming up. Love this. I want to start with the fact you had volunteers show up at a number of different events, starting at Bill Breer Park. You were over at Firefighter Memorial Park, also at Bearden Park. And the volunteers did everything from clean up to plant trees. It was amazing.
And that's all organized by Get Outdoors Nevada.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
deserve the credit for that. It's nice to show up and see a bunch of people that are willing to give back to their community.
We really appreciate that, folks. You know, our grounds people do a wonderful, wonderful job. But when you get this many volunteers showing up to do things like plant trees, clean up the park, you know, get all that what we call micro trash, little cigarette butts and bits of paper that obviously the maintenance crews aren't generally going to be able to get to. This is the end result, and again, we really love when people show that kind of pride in their community.
We also have a goal of planting 60,000 trees in the city of Las Vegas. So we have a great arborist in the city.
We do,
and he works with the volunteers, works with the maintenance team to get those trees planted, and we're slowly chipping away at getting those 60,000 trees in.
These are 60,000 water-efficient trees, by the
Yes.
way, everyone. They provide shade and help clean the air.
And reduce the urban heat island.
Exactly right, exactly, because it gets warm here in the summer.
A little bit.
Just a tad. And then, Councilman, Mayor Pro Tem loved this too. Back on Saturday, October 18th, you unveiled some artwork within your ward. This is called Star Child.
This is Star Child. The artist did a great job. What's really fun about this is right behind there, you see the stoplight there. So if you want to stop by, look at the art, but if you go push the button to cross the crosswalk, that's my daughter's voice. So she says, wait to cross at Shadow and Alta.
Nice.
And so that's my daughter's voice. I'm going to drive by and say that's her when I when I want to. So I think it's a fun sculpture, and we have a few more planned for the medical district that I'm very excited about.
I love it. It's a young child, obviously a toddler with a stethoscope.
Yes.
You know, going to be a star someday. You know,
Yes.
then the stars all around. So
It's very cool. And the next one is going to be near the dental school at UNLV.
Big tooth or something.
It's going to be it looks like a brain, like it's like a kind of a brain looking thing, and then we have a very large, like 30 feet sculpture of a medical professional with a beating stethoscope heart.
Oh, wow.
In scrubs, and that'll be, 30 feet's pretty big, so that's going to be something that everyone in the area can see.
Wow, that's terrific.
So those will be coming up this next year.
Looking forward. You can't wait. And then we also had the Vegas Strong 5K run and 1 mile walk too. I think that took place. That was on Thursday, September 18th, obviously in conjunction with remembering the October 1 events here in Las Vegas. So.
And I got to bring with me the academy for the current fire department, the current academy. So it was really fun to run past them because they all had like 100 pounds of gear. So I looked pretty healthy as I ran right past them.
Did they run the full 5 miles? That
they
way?
totally did.
Oh my gosh!
They did the whole 5 miles in their gear, and I zoomed right past them.
Well,
so I'm very proud of that.
I
can
go.
beat the firefighters. I don't mention that they had their gear on.
It kind of weighs a little bit too. And if those guys all made it through that, those guys and ladies made it through that, they deserve to graduate.
They deserve to graduate.
Exactly.
They'll do great. I'm excited. I think they have their graduation coming up in the next week or two. So,
that's
so
right.
they'll be joining the forces at the city of Las Vegas.
That's right. When we need them. We need them for sure. So, and then Mayor Pro Tem, Sunday, October 22nd, you celebrated an academic laboratory program. This was in the medical district.
In the dental school. That's the cleft palate clinic. That was funded through the state to build out the clinic and then pay for the faculty to come in and work on children who are struggling with cleft palates.
You know, and that's so important. We talked about this earlier in the show. Children that were born with a cleft palate in Las Vegas prior to this, you had to go somewhere else, either to Arizona or to California or someplace for treatment. And that's changing now. So
we're growing up.
We really are. We've changed so much and now have things that we only dreamed about having years ago, but now are realities. From Major League Sports to Major League Medicine to the Smith Center and things like that. It continues on. So.
What I tell people, just to put context around it, is that the medical care here is about 30 years behind what it should be. If you go to other places around the country, there just is a lot more of it, and we haven't matured in that area. So the medical district is a shining beacon that we can grow and we can go quickly to compete with other parts of the country.
Well, thanks to your leadership, it continues to grow and flourish. So kudos to everyone involved, including yourself. And then we had Halloween here just a few weeks ago, and it wouldn't be Halloween without multiple trunk or treat events in Ward 1.
And all the credit goes to Alex, Dave, and Maria, because I was sick that day. So I didn't make it out to any of them, which was a huge disappointment to my children. But Alex, Dave, and Maria made it out to every single one of those events, and that's Alex.
Alex, looking good there, Alex. Yeah, I like that.
So they handed out candy to thousands of kids.
That's Dave.
Dave should just always wear that.
There you go.
Uniform.
We see a few cones in Las Vegas for sure.
But there's thousands of kids. It's a great night. I'm sorry I missed it because I was sick. But it was Dave, Alex, Maria that took care of everything for Ward 1.
It's a nice turnout, too.
That's great.
Weather was beautiful, too, for Halloween this year. And that actually was the Thursday before Halloween. That was the night before.
The night before.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
We're
at Mirabelli, Vegas Grand Prix, Sage Collegiate, which is there in Charleston. So just all over the place.
Yeah, that's terrific.
It's a fun night, a fun, safe night. Working closely with Metro and the city team.
When I was a kid, we didn't really have trunk or treats or anything like that. So you got to wear your costume maybe once, maybe to school, and then that night, and that was it, But these kids, they get to wear it multiple times,
Well, my kids were questioning why they only get one costume if they have to wear it to multiple things. I was like, well, you get one, that's it.
That's a good rule.
And one bag of candy, nothing else.
Fair enough. Well, Mayor Pro Tem, that was a lot. That was exciting stuff. So can't wait to see what we'll talk about on your next show. But we want to tell everybody out there, we always want to hear from you. So if there's something you'd like to share with Mayor Pro Tem and Councilman Brian Knudsen, you can give him a call. The number is 702-229-2299, or send him an email. The address is bknudsen@lasvegasnevada.gov. And he or one of his great staff, and as he mentioned, Dave, Alex, or Maria will get right back to you. You too. You're always very responsive as well. So, well, great to have you on the show. Next time around, we're going to be in 2026.
There'll be another ribbon cutting, and potentially a groundbreaking by the next time we get around.
I think the next time we see you on this show, we will be into the new year.
Yep.
Yeah,
very exciting.
Happy holidays, happy new year then in the meantime. And folks, we want to tell you out there, you can always visit the Ward 1 website or subscribe to the Councilman's newsletter. Don't miss our next show, by the way, beginning on November 27th with Councilwoman Olivia Diaz. City of Las Vegas TV is streaming now. You can catch all of our shows on YouTube at City of Las Vegas TV. You can also watch online at lasvegasnevada.gov/connect. And please be sure to check out that newsletter I mentioned. You can subscribe by scanning the QR code in the credits at the end of the show. Thanks again for watching, everyone, and we will see you next time around.